I'd love a new shoulder.
I'd love Golic shoulder.
Honestly, like if you could replace all my joints, I think I would take that now. Right? Like I always thought if I was a baseball player, I'd do like preemptive Tommy John surgery because I know it's going to happen eventually anyway. So like let's get it out of the way now. If I could have like full joint replacement now in my 30s so that I'm feeling great throughout like my life into like my 70s or whatever, I think I'd take it.
Right. I'm certain Mike endorses a company that has a solution to that. I mean, or he has at some point, right?
I haven't yet. I will.
Stem cells or something. I mean,
that will happen.
Ooh. Are you pro joint replacement or anti joint replacement?
Oh, I'm pro anything that makes me feel better.
yeah.
Nice. Oh, look at that mic flag you have on there. I like this setup. That's a
Billy,
sharper,
listen, I got to tell you,
sharper camera angle, mic flag, crisp background.
Billy, I got to tell you, this guy, he is a bleeping Hall of Famer. How many Hall of Fames are you in, Mike Golic?
Oh, this again?
Oh,
well,
God.
no, because he is doing pre-show meetings, pre-recordings. He's a Hall of Famer. He knows what to do. Turn the mic on, let him go. I mean,
I actually figured this out. It was one of my better moments.
Okay. I was going to say, he is a Hall of Famer, but we have had technological struggles in the past that I could recall.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know what Taylor's going to do with what we just did, but figure it out. 5, 4.
Mike, what tips would you give Stugotz? Because no matter where his setup is, there's always a window behind him with the sun coming in.
Yeah, that's yeah. You may want to have the window in your face with the light shining on your face. Yeah.
Right. I think Billy's trying to, tell me to get into a room that doesn't have any windows.
Well, you got a lot of windows there. Holy smokes.
There are a ton of windows here, yeah.
Little Birdie told me we have a new setup there, so I'm wondering if there's going to be a new podcast setup, maybe one that slightly better than the last one.
That I had, yes. Well, I have more rooms now, yeah.
Okay, good. So maybe we'll dedicate a room to that.
Okay.
That'll be a Taylor project. He'll come down, get you all set up.
No, I'd like you to do it if you don't mind.
I think sounds kind of far. We'll go by one day. We'll get you a background, maybe mount a TV on the wall like Golic, get a logo, put it back there behind you.
Mm-hmm. Right. You're going to do that, huh?
I've mounted a TV in my day. You know what I did, Mike? Mike, how handy are you? Are you like the level where you're capable, but you don't want to be bothered with certain things?
I'm not that capable. My dad was a bricklayer and could do any side job in the world. Mm-hmm. And it passed me and my brothers, and it went to my son, Jake, who's a great...
Jake's the handyman, huh?
Yeah, Jake's the handyman. Really? Yeah.
So does Dad did he look down at you and Bob, two NFL, I was going to say stars, but two NFLers, and like look at you guys and say, man, I failed?
No, because he was a bricklayer and we were NFL players. So
yeah.
I
know. There's something to being a bricklayer, Mike. I mean,
that's
come
what
on.
I'm saying.
Some respect. I mean,
listen, when he was a bricklayer, that's when trade, they had an addition to their house put on. It was done in trade. You have carpenters come over and you trade time. That was back in the day when nobody was afraid of hard work then. Hell, we did side jobs with my dad, mix and mortar, carrying brick, breaking up steps and driveways when we were like 12, 13 years old, though we were making pretty good cash.
This is great because I actually want to do an addition to my house, but I haven't spoken to any contractors or whatever. But it seems like it's a very expensive project. And as you know, we're kind of testing the waters of free agency at the moment. So the dough's not running in. So what I heard from that story is you're available to kind of maybe barter here, like some work for an addition in exchange for some trade. I don't know what I can give you, but I'm down for this.
Give him that Sims jersey. I mean,
yeah, what are you thinking?
There will be no trade and no work. That was when I was between 12 and 15 years old. I'm 62 now. I'm not swinging a sledge.
Nah, but just come down here. We'll talk about the old days. Tell me stories about Dad, reminisce a little. I'm going to be in there working with you. I'm going to be in the trenches. I'm not one to not put my hand in the dirt, I'll have you know.
Here's the thing. If I'm doing stuff and you're doing stuff, the job is not going to get done right. Just know.
Oh, no, Mike. No. I'm surprisingly handy, I'll have you know. Mm-hmm. I mounted this television right here on my wall in front of me. I also, and I see that you have a similar setup behind you, but not everybody does it. I got that thing where you can hide the wires in the wall. You drill the hole, you put them behind the sheetrock, you then drill another hole, bring it out, plug it in at the bottom. Like
This is a real professional operation he's running, Mike.
I'm capable here, Mike. And if I don't know, I'll watch a YouTube video and I'll know soon enough.
I went the American way, and I paid somebody to do that here.
Yeah, but in the Gil household expansion, we're not going to be doing that. Me and you, hands in the dirt. Stu can come if he wants.
There's
Tell
no
Jake to come. Jake can supervise. My dad's a big supervisor. He likes doing it too, but he knows, like, he'll tell you, even if, here's the thing, and I don't know if your dad was like this.
You're
Mike.
irritating him already. Go ahead.
No, I don't know if your dad was like this, but you know, sometimes you go and he'll ask you to like come over to be like essentially free labor help to get the job done, right? But doesn't want any input, doesn't want any suggestions of yours, even if you know like a more efficient, faster way to do said project, right? Now, if the roles are reversed and you brought your father along to help you with, you know, manual labor or project or whatever, he does not respect that same rule where you're just the hired help here and you're just going to listen to the way I want to do it. He'll have his own way of wanting to do it. And I would think your dad was probably similar in that.
Oh, my God. My dad would do it his way, and I wouldn't question one thing he was doing.
Yeah.
Even if his way took 4 hours longer? I mean,
Doesn't matter. He's going to do it right. He's going to build something that stays standing for decades.
I mean, it sounds about right.
Yeah.
I like this. Just a couple of handymen
Oh, God, no.
cutting it up here.
No.
He just said he farms it out. I mean,
No.
Yeah, but he
No.
could. If he had to, Mike could. Come on.
Oh, if Mike had to mount something.
I've done my share, but I won't
Mounting.
mess with electrical or water because that can lead to disaster.
Those are the big ones. Electrical is the real dangerous one. Water's the silent killer because water will just, if you hit a pipe and
Water
that just
damage
slowly
is
leaks.
Brutal. Water damage is brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else?
No,
We
just
good?
talking. Yeah.
All right.
Bob Gil,
Talking some football. Yeah. You know?
It's a new character for you.
I didn't have water as the silent killer.
It is because water you don't know.
Yeah.
So Mike, when we got this house, me and my wife,
Oh, it was football.
it was the old switcheroo where we came in and we're like, okay, we're gonna have to redo a couple things here and there. And then like when they gave us the keys, we saw, oh, that table was just covering a piece of floor that's missing. Oh, those, you know, this wood floor in one of the bedrooms. Oh, that's actually like fake wood and it's covering all of this water damage. So like once we got in, we had to basically redo everything. And like I was telling you, I'm not, you know, a man of the means of you guys. So I was doing a lot of the work and I was learning on the fly how to do a lot of these things. But we did have a contractor for things like floors and like the harder things that we were not going to be capable of doing and messing up. And this guy was great. He worked by himself, I think, because he didn't want to pay other people to do the work. And by the time we were getting done, we were about to have our first child. If the house was finished like a week before the baby was born. So like it was like go time. So the guy's putting in the baseboards, which is probably something we could have done. And we didn't know it at the time. We redid the whole house. We didn't know it at the time. But he hit a pipe with a nail in the baseboard in the laundry room.
Oh.
And about 10 months later,
I hate when that happens.
we realized, man, this house is like really humid. Like we don't know what's going on. So we had someone come in and they like start doing things like, yeah, the humidity's off the chart. This wall, the bottom of it is damp. There's, you know, probably mold. We're going to have to check this and that. Turns out he hit the pipe with a nail. We didn't know. And for a year, essentially, it was just dripping water and it spread throughout the entire house. Had to redo the entire floor in the entire house, had to cut up half of the walls, put in new drywall, basically redo what we had just done, but like 10 months later. Water, silent killer, Taylor.
I feel like you just wanted to really get that off your chest.
You're right. He's annoying you, isn't he, Mike? I mean, just be honest. Be honest with him. He needs to hear it. I mean,
No, listen. Well, what I got out of that story is I blame your realtor. I mean, not checking for everything before you bought the house.
Mike,
Yeah,
you realize that
desperate.
every time you comment on what it is that he is saying, there's going to be 5 more minutes coming right back
No,
in
no.
his face, okay?
No,
that's true. Yeah.
I didn't come in here intending to share that story with you. It's just kind of where we were led to today, you know?
Yeah.
And none of this is going to air probably, so it's just us hanging out.
Oh, my God.
Telling all
No, it's
war
all airing. You let us
stories,
here,
you know?
man. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
how
You let us
about
right
it?
where you wanted to lead us.
Uh-huh. It's where you wanted to go.
Nah. Hey, the NFL, huh?
God
Yeah,
bless
how about
football,
it?
Mike.
How about it? Football starting soon. How great is that? We've almost made it through the dog days of summer.
Yes, almost. Not quite, though.
Not quite yet. Not quite yet. Though this is the time when I was a player, I would start to get antsy, and my wife was ready for me to leave the house for, back in the day when I played, 4 weeks, of actual training camp. But I would start to get antsy, and start to get short, and start to get a little moody because I knew what was happening. And she'd be like, why don't you just go early?
Right. Because you guys hate this thing, right?
Hate it.
I mean, right.
Hate it. Though on Mike and I show, we talked.
Not football, training camp. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But on Mike and I show, we talked with Garrett Bowles, the left tackle for the Denver Broncos. And off air, I was talking to, about camp starting, and I told him how much I hated camp. He's like, I don't mind camp. And I didn't want to then say, well, because it's a lot easier than when I was in camp. I don't want to be that guy, right? I mean, but camp, and plus I'm jealous. I wish camp was like it is now when I was playing, where you only had one padded practice a day. You didn't have two. It was much shorter. So I can understand how players today can deal with camp.
Can you explain what camp was like for you back in the day? Like, I imagine you getting there and Buddy Ryan has you running gassers for the second you step on that field.
It was brutal. And I started with the Houston Oilers. First it was Hugh Campbell. He got fired after a year. Then it was Jerry Glanville, his first head coaching job. We practiced at San Angelo State University, where while we were stretching every day, the trainer would spin something called a wet bulb. And if the humidity, because it was like low hundreds every day, it was like a dryer heat, but every now and then it'd be humid.
Right.
He would spin this wet bulb while we were stretching, and we would wait for him to go tell Jerry what the humidity was. Because if the humidity was over a certain amount, we couldn't practice. We wouldn't practice because it was just ridiculously unsafe. So he'd walk over to Jerry.
That was the sport.
He'd whisper in Jerry's ear, and then all of a sudden, Jerry wouldn't say anything. We'd go, damn, we have to practice. And I mean, listen, when I was with Buddy in Philly, we would go full pads in the morning. Sometimes we'd put on our uppers in a mid-afternoon special teams practice and hit a little bit, and then put on pads again for the second practice. So the players today got that taken out, and kudos to them for it. Because it's a lot more manageable. Though for me, a 10th round pick, and like my son Mike, who was undrafted, it was tougher for Mike to make teams because you couldn't get as many reps. I got a ton of reps as a 10th rounder because there was a ton of hitting, and all the starters weren't going to do all the hitting, so they had us. So I got a ton of reps. Guys today, undrafted guys, lower round draft picks, don't get as many reps, live reps, because there's only one hitting practice a day.
Billy's looking up wet bulbs. I know.
Yeah, I looked up the wet bulb. Yeah, it's kind of, it's not. It seems very primitive, like a primitive way to decide humidity.
Dude, this was 1986.
Yeah,
Okay.
I had to go back, and I was like wet bulb, and then I'm like spinning. I think I found it, but I think this might even be like a more advanced version of it. But it looks like a thermometer. They like dip it in a bucket or something. I just spin it around.
They just spin it around. Yeah. And we would wait for the answer.
So, Mike, you would be in a bad mood, like 2 days out. They're 2 days out, 2 to 5 days out from training camp. So you would be antsy, in a bad mood, with your wife. I mean, just a misery to be around, huh?
It would be a misery to be around, without question. It was just time for me to go, because playing 9 years, probably 4 of them, I had to really bust ass to make the team. The other 5 years, I was pretty secure in knowing I was going to be on the team, but still, I treated every camp like I need to make this team. So yeah, it was knowing every rep, mattered. If I did a good rep, maybe I'd get more reps. If I didn't get a good rep, did I get less reps? You count the guys at your position. How many players are at your position? You make friends with people, but secretly you hope they do bad in a one-on-one or a team aspect, so they're doing worse than you. So you're ahead of them, as far as numbers. You're always figuring out numbers. How many D linemen are they going to keep? How many D linemen we have in camp? Who's my competition? It's while it's incredibly physical, it's brutally mental as well.
Right. Did Reggie White just stroll into training camp and do whatever the fuck he wanted?
I mean, listen, that's what, I understand that, and players today understand that there are tiers. There are guys who are the starters and the stars, and then there are the mid-level players, and then there are guys trying to make the team every year, so that's, and everybody knows who they are. Reggie didn't stroll in like he was the king of everything, but he wasn't worrying about not making the team.
He wasn't counting defensive linemen.
No. He was looking to not take all the reps. He was looking for others to come in and take the reps to not wear down his body.
Speaking of defensive linemen, T.J. Watt is now the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. I think it's 3 years, $120 million. 123, which is ridiculous. Does he deserve to be that, Mike? The highest guaranteed money for a non-quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, he does. He absolutely does. I know he's in the back end. I mean, he's 30. I think he's 31 in that area. But yeah, he deserves it from the sacks, the pressures, the tackles behind the line. It's been a stepping stone. Max Crosby to Danielle Hunter to Myles Garrett, now to TJ Watt. And let's see where Trey Hendrickson and Micah Parsons wind up. I don't think Trey will overtake them, will overtake TJ, but Micah could. Micah's younger. Micah's compared to at least first 4 seasons, 12 or more sacks. Only he and Reggie White have done that.
Crazy.
Like I said, he's younger. So I would think Micah Parsons will pass that. And Jerry Jones is doing Jerry Jones things and waiting to pay guys, but he ends up paying them. He ends up paying Dak. He ends up paying CeeDee Lamb, the guys that deserve the big money. They'll end up paying Micah. So I think Micah has a chance to pass TJ Watt.
You ever sit back, Mike, and not that, obviously you've had a great life and you had a good career, and you ever sit back and think, man, I wish I was born 30 years later because I would kill it in the NFL. Right
yeah,
now.
I mean, listen, not even in the NFL, in college with NIL. Everybody who played college before NIL thinks of their years in college and says, man, what could I have gotten? But it's not thinking bad of the players today. It's quite honestly, it's a bit of jealousy saying, hey, they got it now and we didn't, but that's the evolution. Just like the players before us had less than we have it evolves into what it is today, both in college and the NFL. So kudos to them. I've always been, man, get what you can get. Now college players as well, get what you can get while you can, because 98% of the players in college are done playing after college. They don't have a pro career. And then the pro career averages 3.5 years. So get what you can get.
I sleep easy at night, Mike, knowing that I was a Sun Belt Conference pole vaulter, so it'd still be the same amount of money.
You didn't miss your window.
No, I didn't miss my window. It's still $0.
The lawsuit that went into effect for college football, where now their revenue sharing with the current players. There was also the backlog to athletes who graduated from 2016 on are now going to get reimbursed. My daughter was a swimmer and graduated in 2016. So as she looks into it, I said, you're probably going to get a ham sandwich.
Yeah,
don't expect anybody.
This is one of those things that you get a letter in the mail, oh, congratulations, you were part of a class action lawsuit against Apple. We owe you 16 cents.
Exactly.
You need to send us a stamped envelope that costs 38 cents.
I go get it, man.
Get your check.
Do.
Yeah, but it costs you more effort to get whatever it is.
Exactly.
Billy, I was thinking about this earlier because the new college football game came out. And when I was at North Carolina, I'm thinking would I have agreed to be in this game for whatever $300 to then see myself in the game as a 35 overall wide receiver and be one of the worst on the team?
Yeah. I mean,
my pride couldn't take that. I don't think.
No, come on, get out of here. Based on
your
respectfully, your football career where you were a walk-on, but never a scholarship athlete, you would take anything to be in that video game immortalized forever. I mean, really, I guess now's a different generation too, where this group, because of that big gap, didn't have that growing up where they played it. I mean, they're aware of it, but they didn't have the NCAA every year. But that, like, growing up, like, kids like, my age, Gojo's age, like, that was a big game. So you take anything just to be in that game, I think.
Oh, without a doubt. Mike plays it all the time.
Yeah.
As well. But guys that are getting recruited now or the last couple of years have not known anything but making money, right? That this is the expectation that they're going to make money off video games or off NIL and now revenue sharing. So it's just the next generational thing.
Mike, it's crazy that the most valuable thing in that sport, if one of these teams, because there's a cap now in terms of how many players you can have,
right?
But you could still be on the team and not be on the roster. And really, it sounds terrible because it sounds like you're getting cut. But what it does is it gives you the ultimate amount of leverage because you don't count against your university's roster or another university's roster.
Yeah, well, we're actually in a transfer portal area now for those types of players,
right,
who are past the 105. They can transfer somewhere. They will not cost anything to the new school they go to. They won't count against the roster as well. That goes, I think, till August 5th or August 7th, and then we basically start from scratch.
Right.
I know the revenue sharing started July 1st this year, but there were a lot of teams led by Texas Tech that up front paid a lot of guys before July 1st while they still could.
Right.
So really next year is going to be the first year it's going to be all really inclusive where you can't prepay guys that's outside of revenue sharing. By next year, it's all going to be part of the revenue sharing, which I think is $22.5 million per athletic department to pay all their athletes. Of course, the lion's share is going to go to football.
Mike, you hated USC when you were at Notre Dame, your largest rival, correct? That's the team that you hated most?
Yeah.
How much is there a dollar figure that USC could have given you in an NIL transfer portal era that you would have considered going to your rival?
Just some beef jerky.
Well, I mean, if they were offering big money, I would imagine I would have been a really good player, and Notre Dame would have been offering, big money.
Mm-hmm,
so I probably.
But what if they didn't? Is what Billy's saying.
But what if?
I can't imagine one is going to offer a lot, and the other, where you're leaving, is not going to offer anything.
But in this scenario, they did.
In this scenario, though, USC is offering you millions of dollars, and Notre Dame is telling you to go fuck yourself. I mean,
and like part of it, you have to poop on a shamrock.
It's an unrealistic comparison, but I don't think I would have left Notre Dame.
Wow,
Mike,
I like that.
It's a ridiculous argument of one team giving me millions and the other team saying we're not.
No, it's a great question. It's one that you don't have to answer because you'll never have to make that decision. So you're not going to answer it.
Okay, which of your children did you raise poorly that would take the money from the rival?
Probably Sydney.
Oh, no doubt.
Probably Sydney.
Billy, I swear to you, I wrote down Golic transfer. Like, would there be anything that would make Mike Golic?
What would have to happen for you to transfer?
Indiana, right.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, I would have to the experience, the Notre Dame experience would have to have been a horrible experience from the school side to the coaching side. It would have just had to been where I was miserable every single day.
Billy, Taylor was in Lake Tahoe wearing me out about what Barstool did with Josh Allen. And we do have some more Mikelys, and we will get to that in a second. Mikey A is not here, but Mike Golic is, and Taylor has some questions for us, okay?
Okay.
But Taylor was wearing me out because Barstool did something very smart back in the year where Josh Allen was drafted. Mm-hmm. They didn't get behind the first quarterback, the second quarterback, the third quarterback. They got behind Josh Allen before anyone else got behind Josh Allen. Mm-hmm. And Taylor is suggesting to us that we need to start doing that this year with not the best college quarterback, but the fifth best college.
So, guys, I told you this like 2 months ago. Did you forget? I said we got it. I said we got to do that with the college, and then that also led into we also need to do it with a bunch of backup NFL quarterbacks so that we can get in on the next Baker. Like we need to befriend who we think we see potential in. We've also had fans of this show send us suggestions like you should get this person from this university. Okay. we're going to hit the reset button on this right now. We're going to reset this, and this is going to be our mission for this football season, is we're going to identify, well, I guess we need to do it before the season. We need to identify which college quarterback we want to back now that's going to be draft eligible, that's not Arch Manning. Stugotz, when we did this, you said that you wanted to pay Shedeur Sanders to come on every week, and we're like, you can't afford Shedeur Sanders. That's never going to happen.
Yeah,
like that's crazy.
A lot's happened since then.
Then I was like, we need to aim at like the Zach Wilsons of the world and just hope that like he catches on, or we drive you crazy with Zach Wilson.
All right, so Taylor has the college quarterback for us, or at least he thinks he does. I have the NFL backup for us. It's Jackson Dart. That's the guy, Jackson Dart. Yes.
Yeah. I don't think that we're going to get Jackson. Yeah,
I think once they're in the NFL, they're gone.
High profile. Jackson's high profile. You're going to need someone that's like bounced around a little bit, that is not like still an up and comer, you know?
Daniel Jones? I mean, Shedeur? Should we get behind Shedeur?
Isn't bad, but he seems kind of like a bore.
Well, he is.
Wow, that's rough. I think
said kind of.
Listen, I think Daniel Jones is a great pick because he went to a great situation where the quarterback Anthony Richardson is playing bad, has been injured, it has a bad shoulder now, but it'll supposedly be ready for camp. But Daniel Jones is going to get a chance there for sure.
Yeah, but he's going to be polished. He's not going to tell us anything, Mike. You know.
Yeah. Right.
If we want an NFL guy, what about Sam Howell? JJ McCarthy, the starter in Minnesota.
JJ McCarthy would be a good one now.
We can't get him.
We can't get JJ McCarthy.
No, not going to happen.
That would
forget about that one right now.
That'd be interesting with Sam Howell if JJ has re-injures that leg. I obviously don't wish that on him at all. He's still basically his first year as the starter. But all right, how about a college quarterback? I have one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, hold on. This is exciting. All right, Taylor has one.
I
wonder if it's the same quarterback.
All right, so who wants to go first here?
Go ahead, Taylor.
He plays at Notre Dame.
No.
All right, Mike. Go ahead
no, Senior's now saving his Notre Dame favors for another Notre Dame show that has been launched recently. We were never going to get another Notre Dame guest again.
Yes, Golic Jr. and Smetty doing a Notre Dame football podcast. I love that. He's also saving it for Golic and Golic. 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern on the FanDuel Sports Network. All right, Mike, you go first. Give us your college
quarterback. I wrote mine down just in case it's the same name.
Oh, good. Okay. I taught you well. Good.
Wow.
So
again,
we are looking for the 4th or 5th guy quarterback who's going to be drafted this year coming out of college.
I'm probably even going to go a little lower than that and go Haynes King out of Georgia Tech.
Wow.
Haynes King played at A&M for a bit, and now he's with Georgia Tech. A couple years ago, he had 27 touchdowns, but 16 interceptions. Last year, he had 14 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions, had 11 rushing touchdowns. He's 6'3", about 220. So a good-sized kid that can run as well and throw. He'll have to show he can throw a little better this year, but he can run the ball as well. Certainly not in the upper echelon considered of college quarterbacks, but someone to keep an eye on.
All right, and I like the name. Haynes King is a great name. Yeah.
Yeah, we could be the King's Court.
That's our guy. What do we do? Get a weekly show with him?
You probably could.
Well, I know we could.
Yeah, but then what if we get overcommitted and then it's like, we have to talk to Haynes again this week. I didn't say anything.
Listen, I can only give you a name, okay?
Yeah,
you got to take care of the rest.
Got it. All right, Haynes King. On the maybe board. I get the feeling that was not what Taylor wrote down.
No, right, but Taylor, I do love Haynes King as an ACC guy. My quarterback from Indiana, Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a Miami guy. He went to Columbus High School.
Oh, no, he's out.
6'5", 225. He transfers in from Cal, threw for over 3,000 yards last season.
Yeah. All right. Billy, why is he out? Is that your arch rival or?
Yeah, that's my high school's rival high school is Columbus. So I don't know. I don't know if we're going to be able to pull that one off.
That's a good pick. He is interesting if he keeps opening eyes. That's a pretty good one.
Mendoza or Mendoza. I mean, how about that, Billy? Every week we could do it with him, man.
All right, we can have him on, but just know it will be adversarial. Yes,
he's
exactly.
Pretty accurate passer. He's pretty accurate. I don't. Those are at least 2 quarterbacks that are not in the upper echelon. If that's what you're looking for. So.
Okay.
I'm thinking a rotation, Billy. I'm thinking Haynes King 1 week. That way we're not stuck and saddled with a guy for the entire year. Haynes King 1 week, and then the next week we have on Fernando Mendoza.
I like the idea of a rotation, but I would focus on just locking one in first, because this is what happens. We always bite off more than we can chew, and we plan way too big, and then what ends up happening is nothing.
We have no quarterbacks.
So I'd lock in one first, and then we can maybe work on the
We do have
rotation.
2 quarterbacks right now, which means we have none.
There you go. That's exactly right.
Means you don't have one. Correct. All right, let's get Golic out of here again. Golic and Golic, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern, FanDuel Sports Network. Go ahead, Billy.
Before you go, Golic,
We have some more Mikelys. Hold on.
I'm going tomorrow night to my first Darius Rucker concert.
Really?
Oh,
I
wow,
am.
Billy. That's his boy, Billy.
I know. So I was wondering, one, if you had any advice, and two, I received a text while we were recording from my dad, because I'm going with my parents and my sister, who said last week Darius had to stop the show in the middle because of his voice. So I'm a little bit worried about that. I don't know if you have any insider info on that, how he's feeling. Maybe send him some thoughts and prayers and give me some tips on how to enjoy a Darius Rucker show.
It's the first time he ever had. He was up on stage singing, and he said, "I can only do one more song." He profusely apologized that it's the first time he's ever had to cancel a show, and it was mid-show or the beginning of the show. So he's definitely doing better. But yeah, he felt horrible about doing it. You'll love the show. I don't know where your seats are, but you'll love it because he mixes in obviously his country stuff and Hootie and the Blowfish music as well. He's got some new songs out that are fantastic. He puts on a great show. The band is phenomenal.
If you talk to him, tell him to look for a dolphin hat. I'll wave at him.
Why don't you just ask him what you want to ask him? Like, can you get him backstage?
We were all,
Mike?
we were all thinking it.
We don't need to get backstage. Honestly, I don't even know where the seats are. I wasn't in charge of getting the seats, but I'll give him a wave. If I see him, I'll say, "Hey, Mike Golic says hi."
There you go. Hopefully he will smile at that and say,
It's
"I really
it's
like
odd that
Mike
Mike's not
Golic."
offering to help you out there. I mean,
No, I know he doesn't.
You know what? I got to
couple of
pick
handymen. I mean,
got to pick my
Fish.
spots.
I know, right? I offered to give him the opportunity to help me rebuild my house, and he didn't even want that. Jeez.
Yeah, boy, thanks for that offer. I really appreciate that.
all right, let's get to some more Mikelys. Taylor, go ahead, and we'll get Golic out of here.
More likely, the Miami Dolphins finish first in the AFC East, or the Miami Dolphins finish last in the AFC East.
Oh, wow, that's just to piss Billy off. Ooh, I like that. It's going to be the Bills.
Or it could,
has to be the Bills.
Or it could excite Billy.
Yeah,
I think last is more likely.
last is more likely.
Wow,
Yeah.
more Mikeley.
I mean, you have the Jets, you have the Patriots, who are better. The Jets, not as good. Saying a lot. They were 5-12, I think.
I mean, barring like unforeseen injuries,
Well,
I would say last is more likely than first. But
Well,
if
Mike,
like Josh gets hurt, then it's wide open.
You're right, but Mike, let's try it this way: if the Bills weren't to win that division, who would be most likely, to win that division?
I would say, again, barring injury, which you can't predict, Miami. Because when Tua is out there, I mean, the offense runs pretty damn smoothly. So, and I think New England is building up. The Jets, unfortunately, are the Jets. I mean, they took care of their best receiver and best cornerback, which are some of the best in the game. Yeah. The D-line is pretty good there, but
they still don't have a quarterback.
Yeah. So I would say most likely to win the division.
Wow.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny though that in this scenario, what has to happen is Josh Allen has to get hurt and Tua has to be healthy the entire season.
Exactly.
The whole season, right?
Yeah.
And Josh Allen needs to go out like week 2,
and he never gets hurt.
Nope.
And Tua never stays healthy.
Nope. So we're asking a lot.
Yes.
But hey, again, Dolphins. They have Zach Wilson,
Okay.
and they have
should
Quinn
get behind
right?
him.
They have Quinn Ewers too, so they're good. Depth.
Good.
Finally.
What a quarterback room.
Yeah.
All right, Taylor, go ahead.
More likely, Ohio State or Notre Dame returns to the college football national championship.
Wow.
Notre Dame is loaded, Mike.
Notre Dame is loaded. Ohio State always reloads incredibly well.
Yes.
So it's tough to deny them. I'm going to go with my heart and my head. I think Notre Dame is loaded. Obviously, I think C.J. Carr will be the starter, though they're in a competition right now. That's the one thing. They're breaking in a new quarter. Now, so is Ohio State. But I'll say Notre Dame.
Okay. I think both teams make it to the playoffs. How about that?
Well,
No, the
how about
championship.
the title game?
Yeah, is it a rematch in the title game?
Yeah.
I
Perhaps.
don't think so. That's tough.
Well, you have to.
I'm not going
one.
to be. I'm not going to be surprised if those two teams are playing for a national championship. They're good teams. I mean,
No, I agree with that. But are you betting that or the field? I would bet the field.
What a cop out, Stugotz. Like you didn't pick one or the other.
it wasn't a question for me. It was for Golic. I mean,
I'm going with Ohio State.
okay, me too. The Buckeyes. Yeah.
Whatever.
We know why.
Go ahead, Taylor.
More likely, Trey Hendrickson week 1 is on the Bengals or not playing because of his contract situation.
I would say more than likely he's playing.
More likely.
More likely that he's
right.
sorry.
Yeah.
More likely that he's playing. Even though Cincinnati has just over the years been horrible as far as giving out money, especially guaranteed money, because again, guaranteed money by the owner has to be put in escrow, and Cincinnati just doesn't like doing that. But I mean, he's one of the best players in the league, and by far your best player on defense. You have an offense that's one of the top in the league. You got to play to win now. So I believe they have to pay him. So I will say more likely he's on the field week 1.
Billy, you were very quick to shake your head. Yep, he's going to be there.
I think he's going to be there. I mean, he had a mini holdout last year. He was back. He's doing it this year. We talked to him at the Super Bowl. He seems, and this sounds crazy, Mike, but we said it a bunch of times on the show. I don't know that he has it in him to hold out.
Yeah.
Right.
For during regular season
nice.
games.
Yeah.
Like he seems like a good guy that loves football and will be back there even if it's not in his best interest financially.
Hey, either way, whenever he signs, he's going to make a boatload of money. So.
Right, but that's an agent's nightmare right there.
Yes,
I mean,
yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
All right, Mike. God bless football to you. Have a good show today. Golic and Golic, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern on the FanDuel Sports Network. We will speak to you in the next couple of weeks, Mike. It's getting close. We're almost there, Mike. We're like a month away from Texas and Ohio State.
Wow, what's closer, the start of football season or Billy getting all his household projects done?
So
when
when you get down here, it's gonna like a jiffy. We're gonna get those things
Well,
done.
they'll be done, but they'll be done incorrectly if I'm involved.
Well, I don't care. As long as I get my wife off my back.
I was going to say your wife will care.
Yeah, I'll tell you. No, it looks great. Then we'll deal with it in 10 months when we hit a pipe.
There you go.
You have everything lasting 10 months, do you?
I have faith. I have faith in the Golics. You know, his dad again was like a mason or a bricklayer or whatever.
Bricklayer, yeah. He was the real deal.
Yeah. Well, no, you think you were the real deal because you played football, right?
Well, I mean, different strokes.